Okiya Omtata was born on November 30, 1964 in Busia County. He grew up in a small village in Teso South and was raised in a humble family. Omtata was the only boy in his family with 4 older sisters. His early life revolved around his family, their deep Catholic faith, and the struggles of rural life.
So sometimes my mother tells me the pressure she was under with my father that maybe they should do some rituals.
Unlike hospital delivery common day, Omtata was born at home, where his umbilical cord was ceremonially buried in the village soil. This age-old custom symbolizes profound connection to his heritage and roots, an enduring bond that has shaped his journey through life. Omtata began his secondary education at St. Paul's Secondary School, where he was mentored by missionary priests who played a significant role in shaping his values and spiritual growth. He later transferred to St. Peter's Mkumu Secondary School, where he completed his high school studies in 1983. Inspired by the Catholic priest in his community, whose discipline and dedication left a lasting impression on him, Omtata decided to pursue the priesthood. After high school, he joined the St. Augustine Philosophicum in Bungoma to study philosophy, an essential step toward realizing his dream of serving God and his community as a Catholic priest. While preparing to become a priest, tragedy struck. Omtata suffered a serious head injury in 1985 that caused him to develop epilepsy, a condition that leads to sudden seizure. At the time, the Catholic Church did not allow people with epilepsy to become priests. This was a devastating blow to Omtata. His dreams of priesthood were shattered, and he faced an uncertain future. Despite this, he remained determined to find another way to make a difference in society.
How would you define courage, considering people like Twoli, they've come out and they've said, you know what, this guy is poor even to be the president.
I think Atwoli cannot say that.
Yes.
Because I think I'm richer than Atwoli. He's trying to bribe me to do something bad. I told him no, and that's the last time I've spoken to him. So if I can reject 6 million and he thinks 6 million is enough, who is richer?
You are?
I'm richer than Atwoli.
For years, Omtata struggled with epilepsy, seeking treatment at various hospitals. Doctors told him the condition was permanent and there was little they could do. However, a friend introduced him to traditional medicine, suggesting it might succeed where modern medicine had failed. With his father's blessing, Omtata sought help from a traditional healer. After only 12 days of treatment in December 1987, something remarkable happened. His seizure stopped. Since then, he had lived free of epilepsy. This experience made Omtata a firm believer in traditional medicine. He often speaks about it. It saved his life and encourages people to keep an open mind about alternative treatments. After recovering, Omtata needed a new path. He decided to pursue technical education, enrolling at Kenya Polytechnic to study mechanical and automotive engineering. He completed his course 2 years later, gaining skills that prepared him for a practical career. Omtata worked in various engineering-related roles, but his desire to serve others never faded. His education and work experience would later influence his activism, giving him a solid foundation to understand and address societal challenges.
Okiya Omtata, present. Okiya.
A far cry from the activists who Tuesday.
Omtata's journey as an activist began in 1990s when he noticed widespread corruption and injustices in Kenya. Ordinary Kenyans faced difficulties such as high taxes, poor governance, and abuse of power. Rather than staying silent, Omtata decided to act. He began filing legal cases in courts to challenge policies and decisions that harmed citizens. Over the years, he became famous for his courage in standing up to powerful individuals and institutions. What made Omtata stand out was that he was not a trained lawyer. Despite this, he studied Kenya's constitution and laws on his own, often winning cases against seasoned legal experts. His dedication and understanding of the law have earned him respect of many Kenyans. Some of Omtata's most impactful cases include fuel tax case. He challenged the government decision to impose a 16% tax on fuel, arguing that it unfairly burdened ordinary Kenyans. COVID-19 quarantine case. During the pandemic, Omtata opposed the government policy of forcing people into quarantine facilities at their own expenses, calling it unconstitutional. He recently filed a case to block part of 2024 Financial Act, which introduced measures that he believes exploits citizens. Omtata funds his court battles using his own resources, including income from his trucking business and book royalties. Supporters sometimes contribute to help him to continue with his God's work. In addition to activism, Omtata is a talented writer. He has written several plays and poems, including the popular work of Luanda Magere and Chains of Junkdom. His plays addresses social issues such as corruption, inequalities, and human rights, using art as a powerful tool for advocacy. One of his plays even became a set book in Tanzanian schools, highlighting his influence as a creative thinker. Through his writings, Omtata inspires others to challenge injustices and imagine a better Kenya. In 2017, Omtata decided to run for the Busia County Senate seat under the Ford Kenya party. Although he lost, this did not discourage him. In 2022, he returned as a candidate under the National Reconstruction Alliance NRA party and won the seat. As a senator, Omtata has continued his fight for justice. He opposes policies that he believes harm ordinary Kenyans, such as the controversial housing levy, which he argues is a unnecessary burden. Despite facing political challenges and threats, Omtata remains committed to protecting the rights of citizens. His work in the Senate reflects his lifelong dedication to service and accountability. Okiya Omtata activism and leadership have inspired him to aim higher. He has announced plans to run for president in 2027 general election, believing that he can bring real change to Kenya. Omtata's vision for Kenya focuses on fighting corruption, ensuring fair distribution of resources, and upholding the rule of law. His campaign slogan, "Stop the Steal," reflects his determination to end the misuse of public funds. While some question his chances of winning, Omtata remains confident. He believes that Kenyans are ready for a leader who truly represents their interests and is not afraid to challenge the system. Omtata's journey has been marked by relentless challenges. Over the years, he has endured threats, harassment, and even physical attack. In March 2024, armed individuals broke into his home in what many believed was a deliberate attempt to intimidate him and silence his voice. Yet Omtata remains steadfast and unshaken. His resilience in the face of adversity has transformed him into a symbol of hope for countless Kenyans, demonstrating that one determined individual can stand up and make a difference even against overwhelming odds. Okiya Omtata's life is an inspiring story of courage, determination, and service. From his humble beginnings in Busia County to becoming a prominent activist and a politician, he has shown that anyone can rise above challenges to create a lasting impact. Through his legal battle, creative work, and political career, Omtata has dedicated his life fighting for justice and improving the lives of ordinary Kenyans. His story reminds us that true leadership is about putting the needs of others above personal gain. Okiya Omtata continues to be a voice for the voiceless, whether in courtroom, Senate chambers, or the public arena. He fights tirelessly for better Kenya. His unwavering commitment to justice and equality has earned him admiration and respect from people across the country. As he prepares for the next phase of his journey, including a possible presidential bid, Omtata's message is clear. The struggle for good governance must continue. For Kenyans who believe in brighter future, Omtata's story is a source of hope and inspiration.